Welcome to episode 46 of G Hello Recipe Reviews. Today I will be reviewing Tun Bitter. So this is, well, it's only been in Australia for not so long, I believe a few months back. I know the other fellas have, or other beer tubers have reviewed it already a little while ago, but I thought I'll get to it. So yeah, it is a recent arrival, in the beer sense anyway, to Australia. It is brewed in the United States. Um, and it's produced for Wow Brands from Victoria. So it's produced in the United States and they import it. It comes in at a 355 milliliter can at 4% alcohol by volume. So even though it's called a bitter, I believe, of course, this is a lager as usual. So anyway, let's crack this open. Okay, just got the Fiji bitter glass, frosted up. So it is a lower alcohol type of beer because it's not marketed as a mid-strength. It's marketed as full strength. However, it's very close to mid-strength beer, which a mid-strength beer can be 3.5. So it's not. It's actually probably closer to a mid-strength than a full strength. I'll just try and get all of that in there. It's a little bit left, but I'll get to that. As for the colour, it's a golden colour. I wouldn't say exactly light. It's a little bit darker than what I expected. Fair amount of carbonation. It's working through well. A white soapy head, loose bubbles, about one finger of it. It's dissipating quite quickly. I'll just get the rest of this in. It probably fit just perfectly actually. Being at 355 milliliters, it's just about this glass. As for the smell, a little bit surprised with that smell. I expected something more along the lines of a Carlton United macro lager. I'm getting grains through there, and I'm also getting the hops. I can smell the hops coming through, which is surprising. There is adjuncts in here as well. I can smell. Yeah, so sort of rice sort of smell, but there is some. I can smell the malts and the hops as well. I'll just put that down and get it in my right hand. Alright, now the most important part, the taste test. Cheers. Quite dry in the mouth. Um, Taste wise, actually, I'm quite surprised. It's not too bad. I was looking at this thinking, oh, it's just going to be horrible, but there's a nice malty sweetness there, with the bitterness following after that. I wouldn't say it's extremely bitter, not at all. So, according to its name, it's definitely not a bitter beer, but there is bitterness there. You can get the hop bitterness coming through, but it is quite a sweet malty beer. Yeah, it's actually quite enjoyable. At 4% alcohol by volume, you think it'd be a little bit weak in flavour, but that's just not the case with this. It's actually got quite a nice flavour. Yeah, it's not bad. It's not out of this world, but it's not bad. I'll give it another sip and then a score. Yeah, I quite like that. I think that's not too bad at all. If you're on a hot summer's day and you needed something to quench your thirst, this would be it. And at 4%, you could have a few of them without worrying about causing too much damage to yourself and to others. But yeah, it's actually not too bad. It's got a good smell to it, good taste. It's very sweet, malty taste. Bitterness, as I said, is limited, but it is there. It's all mingled, pretty well together, considering it's a budget beer, and it is imported from the US. It's really good. So I'll give it one more sip. I know I said I'd give it a score for the last sip, but I'll cheat and have one more. Yeah, it's quite nice. Um, yeah, the sessionability is high. Yeah, it's very enjoyable. Um, so in saying that, what would I give Tun Bitter? Well, before I started reviewing it, I had in my head I might give it a 5 or Not that I always stick to that, but you sort of have your preconceived notions of the beer. But yeah, I was thinking it'd be about a 5, a very average macro lager, but it's actually much better than that. This stands up against the Aussie macro lagers easily. Um, from the major breweries here, yeah, it's actually very good. So what would I give it? I'll give it a 7.5. I think for what it is, it deserves that score. Because it doesn't pretend to be something special, but it is, it's not too bad. So it definitely deserves a 7.5 from me. Um, yeah, quite a nice macro beer. So 7.5 for Tun Bitter. Thanks for watching another G Hello Beer review, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.